sons forever, or olam, for the age abiding, not necessarily in perpetuity, that we may observe all the words of this law. So a lot of this should be revealed to you as you keep it more and more correctly. There are things revealed so that we may do them, benefit from them. In the sabbatical year of the Jubilee system, we are required to learn more about this law. Micah 4:2. Many nations will come and say, let's get up to the mountain of Jehovah, to the house of the God of Jacob, that he may teach us about his ways, that we may walk in his paths. For from Zion will go forth the law, even the word of Jehovah from Jerusalem. So we start the year from the month of the day of the conjunction within Jerusalem's time zone. And then we're on a round earth, so the day will fall over and perhaps be in a different time zone over a 24-hour period. But the day itself doesn't change. The time zones change, so we start from Mount Zion is where we start the law. I think we all understand that clearly enough. Malachi 4:4, remember the law of Moses, even the statutes, ordinances, which I commanded them in Horeb for all Israel. So if we fail and do not remember this knowledge, and then apply all these commandments, we will not know your Creator. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because you have rejected knowledge. I will reject you from being my priest. See, this is part of the terms of the new covenant that is spelled out in Hebrews. That all of the uncircumcised Gentiles in China and elsewhere, all will be attached to Levi and will become priests and can serve as priests today. Because all of these Gentile nations will be attached to a tribe of Israel. All adopted into it. Since you have forgotten the law of your God, I will forget your children. Now, this legal system is not too difficult for us. If we kept it, we would all be blessed. So, we can carry this on. We've read this earlier from verse 8-16. I'm going to read it again because this is a fundamental misunderstood portion of it. Deuteronomy 30, 10, and 11, and verse 16. If you obey Jehovah your God and keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, if you return to Jehovah your God with all your heart and soul, for this commandment is I command you today is not too difficult for you, nor is it out of your reach. Verse 16. And that I command you today to love Jehovah your God, walk in his ways, keep his commandments and his statutes and judgments, that you may live and multiply, and Jehovah your God may bless you in the land where you are entering to possess it. Our health and our wealth are all governed by God's law. If we kept and observed these laws, we would benefit from them. When we violate them, there will be follow inevitable suffering. Now, we are inheriting things that our parents did or our forefathers did, and we have genetic disorders and things like that that really aren't our fault, and they're still a result of the breach of the covenant, though, and so, yes, we're suffering for them. But it's still a result of it, so which is why even though we're left perhaps in this poor health and poor wealth and poor other problems caused by the society that we're in, do your best to come out of it and keep the laws of God, and your life should improve. Now, blessings increase, curses will cease as we keep this legislation through the Spirit and not simply in the letter of the law. Now, it's remarkable how much that last sentence has been opposed. I find it remarkable. Life at its best results from doing the positive commands of God and from refraining from violating the negative commands. The Bible speaks about the kingdom of God in the West. The purpose of government is generally seen to have the purpose of unifying, establishing justice, and ensuring peace. Now, that's true. A lot of what the laws of the nations do is correct and, and good. And yet, there's all these idolatrous portions of it that are slid in there, making the will of the people have a greater priority than the will of the Creator. So the government of God will provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, ensure that the fruits of individual labor are secure. If this government of God or kingdom of God had functioned as he had legislated, all of the planet, all life on the planet, that's all animal life. Imagine, there's no hunting or fishing or forestry or anything else on a sabbatical year. All of it, hunting, stops, and then the fish and all these other animals can have one whole year where all the stock replenishes creation. So I mean, this law is about the control and the management, the dressing and keeping, or the maximizing and maintaining of the whole of planet Earth as outlined in the Garden of Eden. So all life on the planet would have benefited. And that should be coming soon. We hope for Messiah to return, start the kingdom to be initiated, and the destruction of the planet to be stopped, and the slaughter of the billions of people to perhaps be stopped earlier than later. So let us all study and prepare so that we are all able to correct false worship. That's false worship in ourselves. You know, we can't have most of it right and some very serious idolatrous problems, so we need to be able to correct false worship in our own beliefs and our own thinking, and if somebody points out something to it, that we can take it seriously and study it to make sure we're doing things correctly, and promote the common good by observing all of God's laws. Amen to that. Eloah.